Hey guys, my name is Beth, and I have the opportunity of being on staff here at Whitewater, and this is
Charise, and I also have the opportunity to be on staff here at Whitewater.
And today we are here to bring this week's dose of hope. I'm not sure if you were able to catch the sermon from this last Sunday, but John spoke a little bit about the Beatitudes, which we've been covering over the last few weeks. This past week, the thing that stood out to me the most was Matthew 5:7. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. And as I was listening to his sermon, I think I about jumped out of my seat probably a good 5 or 6 times because he was so on fire and so on point for what he was talking about with mercy. But then the thing that just about made me stand up and start clapping was when he was talking about mercy and parenting and maybe some of the mistakes we make. And he said, left to their own devices. Yeah. And he was specifically talking about those of us as parents when we choose to just hand our kids a device to kind of just keep them occupied, or maybe we have too much going on. And that really struck a nerve because I'm guilty of that. Yeah. I do this quite often, not in any negative way. I think my intent is good, but I think the end result can be pretty negative. So Charise and I were talking a little bit earlier about this and about how our kids need mercy from us. And you want to talk about a little bit what we were talking about why they might need mercy?
Yeah. Just thinking back as a kid myself, and all the times I've been shown mercy. And then once you have kids of your own, you really start to understand the mercy that God has really shown us. Just the other night, the last couple of nights, I've been doing homework with Tanner because he has quite a few missing assignments in several classes and really low grades as a result of that. And we had hopes of going out to our property this week and spending the evenings out there because it's so beautiful out. And I thought about just, making Tanner stay home all by himself and just plugging away all of his homework because he's the one that got behind, and that's his punishment. But then I was like, how many times has God shown me mercy and been there for me even when I didn't deserve it? I didn't deserve the help, I didn't deserve the hand up, but he stuck by my side even when I had gotten myself into a mess. And so man, the sermon this week is just like, God.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah, so last night I actually caught my son on his iPad, which he's already grounded from, and it was 2 hours past bedtime, and my initial instinct was to literally just toss it out the window, and I had to stop and think, hey, wait, that's not going to teach him anything. And this idea of mercy about not getting something that we deserve. So for us as Christians, our punishment for sin and for the things we decide to do that separate us from God is separation from God. But by His grace, He has given us the promise of heaven. And so in order to teach my kids that, I have to constantly show mercy. Yeah. But then I started laughing as I was thinking about it because how many times do I mess up as a parent? Yeah. I don't have all the answers. I honestly... I make it up as I go along, and every day is different. And so my kids have to show mercy to me. There are mistakes that I've made and decisions that I've made that they have to forgive me for. Mm-hmm. And so what are some of the things that our kids are dealing with right now? Why do you think that they need mercy even more now, maybe than ever before? What are some of those stressors that we've talked about?
Yeah, I think as parents, once we get home at night, we've worked all day, we have this whole list of things that need to be done in the evening for home, and we're just overwhelmed and exhausted and thinking about ourselves, honestly. And so by the time the evening rolls around, we're like, I just need a break, just, go play, go do something. Just let me sit here and unwind. And but I started thinking after the sermon, like, man, think about what your kids' day has been like. They're living going through hell every day at school. And I would never want to go back to that. All the pressures that come with that, the bullying, even if you're not like bullied like severely, just the constant need to feel like you've got to be perfect and have it all together and wear the right things and say the right things and be in the right groups. And they're just going through so much. And so just taking the time to set yourself aside and put yourself in their shoes and spend some time with them, instead of saying, I need a break. Just investing in your kids and just spending a little bit of time with them is so important.
It really is, yeah. And so I feel like that's exactly what God does for us. He doesn't set us aside.
Yeah.
He's purposeful in his pursuit of us, and his mercy is new every day. And so what a great hope we can find through Scripture. Like, he is the best example that we have of showing mercy, of showing grace. So hopefully this brings you a little bit of hope this week. Maybe parenting has been challenging. I know we're getting ready to go into spring break, but just keep in mind that we serve a very loving, merciful God, and what a great example that we can follow.
Yep.